Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Is B&B actually matching these Forrester cousins? RJ flirts with Electra. We must wonder if Bold and the Beautiful is actually partnering up these Forrester cousins, since previews for the show suggest that RJ Forrester will make advances at Electra Forrester. It goes without saying that Electra and RJ are not connected by blood. Given that RJ Forrester's biological father was Massimo Marone, it may be important to remember that RJ is not a biological Forrester. Additionally, a Forrester-Forrester pairing isn't completely out of the question because Thomas Forrester and Ivy Forrester had a brief romance while Pearson Fode was playing the part. Nevertheless, when B&B attempted that little Thomas and Ivy chemistry test, there was a lot of criticism from viewers. They are family, blood, or not? When the show went in that direction, it was strange, and if Electra and RJ are paired, it will be strange once more. However, with Brian Nicoletti making his debut as an RJ recast, it might be a possibility. When RJ returns, which is scheduled for the week of January 12th to 16th, expect him to engage in some fairly flirtatious encounters with Electra. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, RJ will greet Electra with a brilliant smile and a lot of swagger. There's a good chance that things could take a romantic turn because fans may even witness RJ putting a necklace on Electra. This is particularly relevant given that spoilers for the 2026 preview indicate that Will Spencer and RJ will become fierce adversaries. We should keep in mind that Dylan is also involved in the potential conflict between Will and RJ over Electra. Dylan has the potential to turn this into a love quartet and compete romantically with RJ. But based on the way Dylan was staring at Will lately, it's obvious that she has a crush on him. If Dylan and Will start dating while RJ and Electra fall in love, the show might confuse things. However, in an attempt to divert Dylan's focus from Will, Electra might act as a matchmaker for Dylan and RJ. In any event, when RJ comes to the canvas, he will have some intriguing romantic possibilities. Stay tuned for any updates on his love life. Preview of The Bold and the Beautiful week of January 12th, RJ returns, Steffi's job for Dylan, and Katie hires Eric. According to The Bold and the Beautiful preview video for the week of January 12th to 16th, Eric Forrester will be hired by Katie Logan Spencer, Dylan will receive a job offer from Steffi Forrester Finnegan, and RJ Forrester's return will cause a stir. As Brian Nicoletti makes his debut in the role, B&B's weekly ad begins with Ridge and Brooke Logan Forrester welcoming their son home and expressing how much they've missed RJ. As they get ready for some hot moments, the weekly preview also features Daphne Rose removing Carter Walton's shirt. It appears that Daphne would eventually accept Carter's proposal of marriage and join him in celebrating. Eric Forrester will then meet with Katie at Logan. Eric will claim that this is what he wants, even if Katie won't appreciate the concept of setting him up against Ridge. Working at Logan makes sense for Eric at this stage of his life because he still has fantastic creative ideas and feels compelled to leave Forrester Creations. Eric will be prepared to join Katie's team because it will make him feel useful again and is undoubtedly better than retirement. Dylan will accompany Electra Forrester and Will Spencer to Forrester Creations, according to additional B&B spoilers. Given that Dylan appears to be crushing on Will, Electra will undoubtedly be irritated that Dylan is glued to them. Although Steffi will be happy to see Dylan, she will be distressed to learn of Dylan's challenging circumstances. Steffi will offer to assist if she can, as Dylan is residing at Will's guest house due to her homelessness and lack of employment. Given how much Hayes Finnegan enjoyed having Dylan as his teacher, Steffi views Dylan as a family friend. Steffi won't appreciate the thought of her being unemployed after everything Dylan has gone through. It appears that Steffi is going to offer Dylan a job at Forrester Creations, at least until he finds another opportunity. When Dylan tells Will and Electra that they might all work in the same building, she will be ecstatic. Dylan will find that awesome, but Electra and even Will could feel a little uneasy about her interfering with their lives. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Dylan will view this as excellent news, but it might cause serious issues. B&B spoilers, Eric Forrester is given a second chance at life by Katie Spencer. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric Forrester's decline will continue when his son Ridge Forrester forces him into retirement. When Ridge put him out to pasture, the patriarch was upset. He only wanted to spend his last days creating, which is what he loves. Will Eric be given that opportunity by Katie Spencer? Los Angeles residents now have a choice, something they haven't had in years, thanks to Katie Spencer. The Forresters will discover the hard way that the only reason their family members and coworkers tolerated their terrible behavior was because they had another job. Katie will treat Eric with the respect he desires. Katie Spencer needs workers and designers to launch her new business. Deke Sharp will be courted by Dollar Bill's wife this week in an attempt to hire him as a designer. We may be surprised by who comes up for open interviews once news spreads that Katie and Bill are hiring. There are numerous B&B rumors circulating around various members of the Forrester Creations clan leaving the company to work for Beatty's new venture. If Eric Forrester decides to work for his son's rival, just think of the shock. Until the day he passes away, all Eric Forrester wants to do is make famous fashion designs. If Ridge won't let him, Katie will. Katie will need someone as talented as RJ Forrester to compete with Forrester Creations. Her new business is the answer to his issues, and Eric is the answer to her prayers. Eric just wants to design given that his son put him out to pasture. Do you think Eric will think about working for Katie Spencer? Would he truly betray his own family business? RJ betrayed Eric, in his opinion. First look at Brian Nicoletti, the new RJ Forrester, the bold and the beautiful. When RJ returns to Bold and Beautiful, the Forrester family will welcome the homecoming of one of their own. As recently reported, Brian Nicoletti, a daytime rookie, has been cast in the part. We're giving you a sneak peek at the new RJ, who will make his debut the week of January 12th. Welcome home. RJ Forrester Jr., born in 2004 to Brooke and Ridge, was quickly given the nickname RJ. Jack Horan and Mace Coronel played the part while RJ was younger, and Anthony Turple took it in 2016. His tenure ended in 2018, and Joshua Hoffman took over for RJ in 2023. October 2024 was his most recent on-screen appearance.
When RJ last returned to Los Angeles in 2023, he had been touring the world as a social media influencer, and had turned down his father's offers to become a designer for the family company. But RJ stepped in to assist his grandfather Eric, who wanted to make a final collection but couldn't draw because of his deteriorating condition. During this period, RJ also developed a strong romantic interest in Luna, a new Forrester in turn, and found himself vying with his cousin Zend for her affections. He was devastated when Luna slept with Zend while under the influence of her mother's special mints, but matters worsened when it became clear that Luna was a crazy person who had purposefully slept with Zend and lied about the drugs. Even worse, she tried to kill Steffi and killed Paul Hollister and Tom Starr. Carter encouraged the Forresters not to cancel the Hope for the Future line during a special meeting in the office in October 2024, when RJ was last seen. However, RJ was absent during Luna's second reign of terror in 2025, when she attempted to kill Steffi once again, was shot and thought to be dead, reappeared and sexually assaulted Will before dying once more after being struck by a car. Viewers will eventually find out where RJ vanished to back in 2024 when he returns and is reunited with his parents and the rest of his family. In the upcoming year, we will have another Spencer/Forrester rivalry with Will and RJ. According to B&B head writer and executive producer Bradley Bell, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Katie's pre-launch press conference for Logan was ruined. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, RJ and Brooke Logan Forrester might ruin Katie Logan Spencer's Logan pre-launch press conference. After this significant setback, will Katie reconsider? Will Katie be so terrified that she gives up trying to disprove Brooke? Fans remember Katie Spencer's daydream. Katie dreamed that her dresses would fall apart and make the fashion world giggle. But Bill Spencer is there behind her, supporting her as she pursues her goals. Bill even bought Katie a fashion house of her own. All Katie needs is self-confidence to succeed. The teasers for the 2026 preview indicate that Katie and her group will have to overcome some significant obstacles. Katie will have to jump through a lot of hoops, most of which Brooke and RJ will throw at her. Once Deke Sharp signs on with Katie, he will find himself doing the same. There is no doubt that things will not be easy moving forward. The Forresters are even more offended by Katie Logan's victory to use Logan as her business name. RJ and Brooke attempted to persuade Katie that Logan belonged to Forrester Creations, but the Logan name's patent had expired more than a decade ago. Carter Walton and Liam Spencer competed to obtain the copyright for that name, with Liam winning first. Ridge and Brooke have now made the decision to undermine her in any manner possible. Naturally, this entails disparaging Katie and giving the impression that she is incapable of managing a fashion firm. Since Brooke is well known for her bedroom and, of course, her marriage to Ridge, Brooke has also accused Katie of attempting to live off her coattails. The importance of Katie Spencer's team. The announcement of Katie's design team will undoubtedly cause problems. It won't look good if Katie hires Deke, who just graduated from design school and has little experience. If Katie wants anyone to be confident in her design business, she will need a more seasoned team leader. When it comes to his press conference, Katie might actually be made fun of, especially when Brooke and Ridge are there to cause trouble. Ridge and Brooke will stop at nothing to undermine Katie. In the end, will Katie be able to prove herself? Will Katie be able to launch her fashion company? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan Spencer is about to embark on one of the most challenging and important phases of her life, and there won't be a simple way out. Hope is going to be pushed in 4 different directions at once, from dangerous professional ties to combustible family disputes, and an impending threat connected to Sheila Carter. If fans have learned anything from history, it is that something always gives when Hope's world becomes so tense. Hope will be walking a tightrope above emotional catastrophe as 2026 progresses, rather than merely managing stress. Hope and Thomas, a fashion partnership built on thin ice. First and foremost, Hope's career is going to put her to the test. With the relaunch of Hope for the Future, she is once again in close creative alignment with Thomas Forrester, a man whose relationship with Hope is complex, difficult, and impossible to completely forget. The partnership makes sense on paper. Thomas has a track record as a designer. Hope is the line's face, heart, and vision. They used to work magic together. However, that history is exactly the issue. Despite their best efforts to appear professional, trust is difficult to establish between them. Thomas has vowed to have changed. He had assured Hope that he won't fail her once more. He has pledged to put his past transgressions behind him. However, viewers of Bold and the Beautiful are aware that promises should not be taken at face value, particularly when it comes to Thomas. There will be a lot of pressure because Zen Forrester Dominguez is also making creative contributions. Every achievement will increase expectations. Every mistake will cause old wounds to resurface. And every long-distance encounter, late-night phone conversation, or sentimental moment could subtly erode the boundaries Hope has put a lot of effort into rebuilding. The true question is whether Hope and Thomas can continue to work together without history repeating itself, not if HFTF can thrive. Trapped between Katie and Brooke, a daughter caught in a Logan war. As if the strain of work weren't enough, Hope is going to be thrust headfirst into a vicious Logan family conflict. Hope is right in the explosion zone as Katie Logan Spencer and Brooke Logan Forrester head straight for each other. Her mother is Brooke, her anchor for life, her fiercest guardian. However, Katie is her aunt, and she is now taking a huge risk by starting a new design firm and giving Deke Sharp a chance that might transform his life. Hope knows what it's like to be given a chance when nobody else has faith in you. Because of this, it is almost impossible to entirely oppose Katie. Hope may feel emotionally compelled to assist Katie in more subdued and intimate ways, even if she publicly backs Brooke. She will be much affected by that internal struggle, particularly as RJ Forrester intensifies the rivalry and Brooke dives in more. Every discussion will feel like an exam. Every choice will anger someone. Hope might soon come to the conclusion that remaining impartial is no longer an option. Putting marriage first, while everything else falls apart, Hope is determined not to lose sight of her marriage to Liam Spencer, which she just worked so hard to reclaim, despite the burden of her career and family strife. After years of heartache, miscommunication, and lost opportunities, Hope and Liam have at last reconciled. Once again, their family is complete. For now, their love feels stable. However, maintaining stability takes work, and Hope is aware that neglecting Liam while engrossed in work and drama might subtly ruin everything. She will actively work to prioritize her marriage, to be emotionally present, to set aside time, to reassure Liam that she still prioritizes him. The issue? Liam's memory is lengthy. He is aware of how easily Hope can become entangled in mayhem, particularly when Thomas is involved. Emotional distance alone has the potential to reawaken previous insecurities, even in the absence of any inappropriate events. Even though Hope is doing everything right, The pressure she faces may still put strain on the delicate harmony she and Liam are attempting to preserve. Sheila Carter's shadow looms, and Hope sees the danger clearly. Lastly, Sheila Carter Sharp poses a threat that keeps Hope up at night. Deke Sharp was virtually overjoyed to discover that Deacon Sharp harbors affections for Taylor Hayes, but Hope's reaction is probably going to be quite different once she makes the connection. Hope is the one who knows Sheila the best, and she is fully aware of how dangerous a betrayed Sheila can be. Even an emotional affair has the potential to be fatal in addition to being unpleasant. Hope will probably share Steffi Forrester Finnegan's concerns and caution Deacon that irritating Sheila could put him and Taylor in danger. Yes, Hope wants to release Deacon from Sheila's control. She does think he deserves better, yes. However, she won't support a careless scenario that might result in violence. Hope can attempt to slow things down by advising prudence, self-control, and a clean break, rather than a covert relationship that might arouse Sheila's worst tendencies. Hope Logan. What's next? Hope Logan Spencer is dealing with a confluence of issues unlike anything she has ever faced. Her profession is in jeopardy, her family is split, her marriage is under strain, and a dangerous woman is hiding in the background. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, these 4 disputes are just the start. Which one will break her first is the true question. Daphne loved her job, possibly more than she should have, and had a strong desire to start a family. Carter asked Daphne to elaborate. In order to learn more about her actual desires, he sought to speak with her. Daphne told Carter to go up to the eligible women in the hallways of Forrester. Carter revealed that he also wanted to be a father when he asked Daphne if she wanted to hear a secret. Carter thought it was the right decision to have a family with Daphne. Daphne thought Carter was making up tales to keep her in the neighborhood. A child with a lifetime lover is what she wants. Carter insisted she was the only one for him, but Daphne was not persuaded. Daphne turned to go, but Carter begged her to hold on. When she turned around, the Forrester COO was on his knees, but he wasn't ready for Daphne's reaction. Daphne said she didn't want it. After Carter pulled a ring from his pocket, Steffi went back to Forrester and called Hope to the CEO's office saying, "You're not pushing me away because you don't want me. You're pushing me away because you do. I see you and I love you and I want to be your husband. Will you marry me?" When Steffi came in, she told Hope that Deacon was actively chasing her mother. Hope didn't expect Deacon would actively pursue Taylor and stood up for her father. Steffi admitted that Deacon didn't do anything specific, and she thought their parents were close. It dawned on Hope that Deacon might leave Sheila as a result. Even if this was the best chance for Deacon and Sheila's marriage to fail, Steffi was scared. Steffi told Hope that since Sheila was a threat to her whole family, they could not let this relationship grow. Steffi needed the situation to end before it could start. "It's not feasible," she insisted. Hope thought Sheila posed a threat, but Steffi wasn't so sure. Steffi recalled that Sheila had previously shot not just herself but also Brooke and Taylor. Steffi requested that Hope make every effort to prevent Deacon from pursuing Taylor.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.